Hi, I'm First Sergeant Friedlander, and this is the Achievement 3 JOL test. One of the commands you will need to know is close march while halted. Since this command requires multiple cadets, I'll use a visual demonstration instead. Each of these blocks represents one column of a flight. The purpose of this command is to move the members of a flight closer together so the flight takes up less space. In this command, the fourth column of the flight will not move. The third column will take 2 right steps. The second column will take 4 right steps, and the first column will take 6 right steps. As you can see, the flight is now at a much closer interval than it was before. At close interval dress right dress is similar to regular dress right dress, except instead of having your arm at a full arm's length away from you, like this, your arm will instead be at a closer interval or gap and will look like this. From the side, it looks like this, with your elbow straight forward and your hand facing down on the seam of your blouse. I will demonstrate. At close interval, dress right, dress. When the command at close interval dress right dress is given, you will raise your left arm and then you will turn your head 45 degrees to the right simultaneously. The recovery command is ready front. I will demonstrate. Ready front. There are 2 exceptions to this command. The first is, if you're in the rightmost column, instead of turning your head 45 degrees to the right, you will instead continue to look straight forward. However, you will still raise your arm. The second exception to this command is if there is no one to the left of you, you will not raise your arm, but you will still look 45 degrees to the right. Another important command is extend march while halted. The purpose of this command is to return the flight from close intervals to regular intervals. You can think of it as the opposite or counter command to close march. As you can see, the flight is currently at close intervals. When the command extend march is given, the fourth column will not move. The first column will take 6 steps to the left, the second column will take 4 steps to the left, and the third column will take 2 steps to the left. Now the flight is once again at regular intervals. Forward march is an essential command in drill, since it allows the flight to move instead of remaining stationary. When this command is called, you will step off with your left foot and walk forward normally, with your arms swinging naturally at your sides. You will look straight ahead while maintaining proper spacing with those around you. When the command is called, you should not anticipate the command by leaning forward. Here's what it should look like.
Forward, halt! Left, 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 right, left.
You will also need to know column of files from the right, column right, march. This command is used to turn a flight into a single file line. It also includes a column right movement while in the single file formation. The flight commander will call column of files from the right, column right, but will not say march yet. The first person in line in the rightmost column will say column right. The 3 other leaders will say stand fast. When the flight commander says march, the first person in the rightmost column will execute an immediate right face, then continue marching in that direction. The remaining cadets in the right column will march to approximately where the first person made the right face and follow the person in front of them. The remaining leaders will command column right march when the last cadet of the column in front of them is gone. This will result in a single file of cadets marching to the right. Another command you will need to know is change step march. This command is used to change the cadence of the entire flight. It is called on the right foot. When your commander says march, you will take one more step with your left foot. Then, you will bring the toe of your right foot to the heel of your left foot and shift the weight to your right foot. This will allow you to take the next step with your left foot, and you will continue marching. Change step should be smooth and sharp, but should not look like a skip. I will demonstrate. Change step, march. Close march is an important command while marching. It serves the same purpose as close march while halted, except it is used when the flight is in motion. This command is called on the right foot. When march is called by the flight commander, the column to the furthest right takes up the half step, beginning with the left foot. This is an example of half steps. The third element then pivots 45 degrees to the right on the ball of the left foot and takes a full step towards the fourth column. Then, they will pivot 45 degrees back to the left so they are facing forward and begin half steps. The second column does the same, but takes 3 steps in between pivots, and the first column takes 5 steps. All cadets should now be marching in close interval at half steps. When the command forward march is given, the flight will resume regular marching. The command extend march while marching is used to return the flight to regular intervals while in motion. The flight is currently at close intervals. When march is called on the left foot by the flight commander, the fourth column will go to half steps, while the first column pivots, takes 5 steps to the left, and pivots again. The second column will do the same, but with only 3 steps. And the third column will do it with 1 step. When the cadets are all at regular intervals, the flight commander will call forward march, and the flight will resume regular marching. The command eyes right while marching is used to show respect to those to the right of the flight and is often used during pass and review. Eyes right is called on the right foot. When right is called, all cadets except those on the right flank smartly turn their heads 45 degrees to the right. Here's what the cadets on the right will do. Eyes right. Here's what all the other cadets will do. Eyes right. This command brings the eyes and the heads of the cadets in a flight forward. It is called while cadets are in eyes right. It is called on the right foot. When this command is called, all the cadets, except those on the right flank, will smartly return their heads to a forward position. Here's what cadets on the right will do. Ready, front. Here's what all the other cadets will do. Ready, front. The command column left march is an essential command that is used to turn a flight while marching. It is similar to a hinge, as the cadets in the first element will remain in the first element after the command is executed. Column left march is called on the left foot. When march is called, the leftmost cadet in the first element takes a full step, then pivots 90 degrees to the left and takes another full step. After this full step, they will take up the half step. The cadets in the leftmost column will march to where the first person pivoted and do what the first person did. In the second column, the first person will take one regular step when march is called. Keep in mind that this is occurring at the same time as the actions taken by the first column. After they take a step, the cadet will pivot 45 degrees to the left, take 2 regular steps, and then pivot 45 degrees again, and continue marching regularly until caught up with the first column. Then, the second column will begin half steps. The third column leader will do the same as the second column, but with 4 steps in between pivots instead of 2. And the first column will do it with 6 steps in between pivots. Once the column is complete and the flight is marching to the left in half steps, the flight commander will call forward march, and the flight will resume regular marching. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a lot about the Achievement 3 drill movements. Please stay safe and be sure to do lots of drill while at home.